There's no surprise that the Indiana Fever looked best tonight when the offense was ran through Caitlin Clark.
What Caitlin Clark has to deal with and what she has to overcome again and again and again.
Oh my God, they're giving her the ball. Oh my God, they're letting her dictate tempo. It's not rocket science, folks. It really is not.
The Indiana Fever didn't just win against the Atlanta Dream, they systematically took them apart in a way the final score doesn't even begin to describe. A rookie, in the middle of a frustrating shooting slump, orchestrated a complete collapse of a veteran team in just 24 minutes of basketball. This wasn't about hot shooting or a lucky streak. This was a masterclass in basketball intelligence, defensive grit, and quiet domination. The official box score will tell you Caitlin Clark had a rough night. The truth is, she controlled every second of this game, and the rest of the WNBA needs to pay attention. The first half was a total disaster for the Fever. They looked outmatched, disorganized, and a step behind on every play. The Atlanta Dream, led by a red-hot Jordan Canada, were running circles around them. Canada came into the game and immediately became a nightmare for Indiana's defense. In the first half alone, she erupted for 26 points, draining threes like she couldn't miss, and slicing through the lane with ease. It felt like another frustrating, predictable loss was on the horizon for the Fever, as their defense had absolutely no answers. The energy was low and the path to victory seemed to be completely gone. But after halftime, everything shifted. In a move that seemed almost illogical on paper, the Fever made a bold tactical change. They put Caitlin Clark on Jordan Canada, assigning your star rookie, who has faced constant criticism for her defense, to guard the single hottest player on the court seemed like a desperate last-ditch gamble. Instead, it was the move that turned the entire game on its head. This wasn't just a simple defensive switch, it was a strategic masterstroke that would completely change the narrative of the game and prove just how high Clark's basketball IQ really is. The impact was immediate and utterly shocking. Jordan Canada, who had been an unstoppable force, was completely shut down. She managed to score only 4 points in the entire second half while being hounded by Clark. This wasn't a fluke. Clark was methodical and relentless, face guarding her assignment, fighting over every screen, and using her length to disrupt every single look. Canada went from being the star of the show to a complete non-factor, and with her momentum gone, the Dream's offense completely crumbled around her. That's not a coincidence. That's Caitlin Clark locking in and personally accepting a challenge. With Atlanta's main scorer neutralized, Clark took complete control on the offensive end, but not in the way you'd expect. Even though her own shots weren't falling, she became the team's conductor. The box score shows she finished with 9 assists, but that number is dangerously misleading. It doesn't account for the countless passes that led directly to free throws for her teammates, or the plays she initiated that created wide open looks for others down the line. She hit Aaliyah Boston for trips to the free throw line 3 separate times. She was playing chess, baiting defenders, firing laser-sharp passes through traffic, and manipulating the defense to elevate everyone around her. Then there was the issue of Brittney Griner, the towering, decorated all-star, who was expected to dominate the paint against an undersized Fever team. But by the end of the game, she was effectively erased from the narrative. Clark accomplished this not by guarding her directly, but by controlling the game's tempo with relentless pace. Every time the Fever got a defensive rebound, Clark demanded the outlet pass and sprinted into transition. This frantic pace didn't allow a traditional center like Griner to get set defensively. She was constantly forced to react, looking slow and disconnected as Clark orchestrated a whirlwind of offense that rendered her size irrelevant. This game finally put to rest the debate that has surrounded the Fever all season, whether to run a structured, off-ball offense or to simply let their superstar create. The second half was undeniable proof that when the ball is in Caitlin Clark's hands, the Indiana Fever operate on a completely different level. The offense was fluid, the ball movement was crisp, and the team erupted for 59 points after halftime. Her teammates were getting easier shots, the floor spacing made sense, and they played with a confidence that was missing in the first half. It was a clear and powerful demonstration that she is not just another player in the system, she is the system. This win was more than just another mark in the win column. It was a warning shot fired across the bow of the entire league. Caitlin Clark proved that she can thoroughly dominate a game with her mind, her defense, and her leadership, even when her most famous asset, her historic scoring ability, is not firing on all cylinders. She took apart a veteran team by exposing their weaknesses, breaking their rhythm, and neutralizing their stars one by one. Now, the league is left with a terrifying question. If she can do this on an off night, what will happen when her shots finally start falling again? The takeover isn't just coming, it has already begun.